Are you ramping up to cram as much as you can into the final weeks of 2021? In this Q&A, I share a counterintuitive practice to embrace during a time of year that screams rush to the finish line.
Hello, and welcome to the Connect podcast. This show is all about helping you connect to your soul's calling so you can take action on it. Because the sweetest success is a blend of discovering your purpose with the inner drive to bring it to life. I'm Sheila, health coach, lifestyle entrepreneur, and mom of two, best known for my online wellness programs, mentoring, and self-love passion. Listen in for inspiring interviews, solo chats, and Q&A sessions that will move you past overwhelm towards what lights you up. Stop accepting good enough and go for your version of great in your health, business, and relationships. Let's get started.
Hi, welcome. I wanted to talk about how to trust yourself for your best wellness. This month, because of the season that we're in, the season of rest that I love to inspire people to move into, I wanted to take away the barriers to that feeling, the structure that we have all throughout the year, and instead just show up and share from my heart what is happening in my inner world that I feel maybe you could benefit from as well, and share a few thoughts to help you live into your version of what a beautiful, restful, restorative December could be like. And I hope that what I share is something that is like a bite-sized piece of information that you can carry with you to remind yourself as you go about your busy days and weeks over this month. And I love to always direct you to check in with yourself, to tune in with you and how you're feeling, because there are always so many different voices telling us what we need, especially after us just coming off of Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all of these things, saying, oh, you've got to buy this. And to be a good person, you need to make sure you do all of this stuff for this holiday and et cetera, et cetera. And I would prefer to feel motivated to do those things that feel good and to make the choices and the purchasing decisions that feel good and do them because I feel called to do them, not because I should or I'm comparing myself to others or I'm going to be, put on a list of some kind, like we grew up feeling, oh, the naughty list, the nice list. I feel like women have been conditioned to always have to be nice from the time we were in the womb, it feels. So you are wonderful how you are right now, where you are. I want you to feel into that, knowing that you can trust yourself, trust how you're feeling. And you may be feeling overwhelmed right now. You may not be feeling great. Maybe you're feeling tired or not that well healthfully right now. Or maybe you're really energized and you're excited and you're upbeat about what's to come. You could be a whole spectrum of emotions. And you know what? All of them are perfectly okay. So you can sit with how you're feeling and know that this is where I am right now. And I'm going to trust that I need to be here. I will tell you, my deepest lessons in life have come from those times that I've been going through challenges. I've learned my deepest lessons, and often that's where my calling has come from, is going through struggles and going through experiences that I wouldn't want anyone to go through, but I've learned from them. And it's what we do with what we experience and what we learn in order to possibly move forward into the greatest calling of our life. And so that includes with your wellness. And over the last month, more than a month actually, I've been experiencing some different things and doing a lot of research on women's wellness at this stage of my life as I approach 50, but then also looking back. I've been doing some beautiful looking back to my earlier years, my reproductive years, my early 20s, all those times when I was living my life, maybe not paying attention to how I was feeling physically, but then as I learned more and more, understanding how much power and agency we can have when we sit with how we are feeling, because there are so many different solutions for any kind of situation that we are experiencing, from a health perspective, from an emotional perspective, a relationship perspective. It's all there for us. And my hope is that in this community, you can feel connected to others who are feeling into this as well and are at different stages of what this looks like in their life. Because we're all on a path, we're all on a journey, and we're at different states and phases of this journey all the time. And so as you think about really checking in with yourself and feeling into your wellness and what is best for you, my hope is that you will create space for it. And that's why I believe these guided meditations that I've been doing are very helpful, because they cause us to slow down. And when we slow down and sit in silence, or even just sit with just a minimal amount of guided voice having us walk through a process, we get divine downloads from within ourselves, from the spirit. And what's happened for me over the last month is I've looked at my experience, and I've had many of these moments, and realized that if I'm having these questions and curiosities and seeing good possibilities that can come from them, perhaps other women have experienced these things, and other women need these downloads I'm getting as well. So watch for some things I'm going to be bringing into the new year that help you with that state of awareness of how you're feeling, so that you can truly live into your best wellness. Because when you're feeling well, and of course, it's never going to be perfect. It's always going to be cyclical. There's going to be the ebbs and the flows. But knowing that maybe the highs won't be as high and the lows won't be as low, it'll be just a bit more equilibrium happening. You can achieve so much more, feeling so much more grounded in who you are. And last week, my podcast was about writing a love note to my body, thanking it for where it has come, what it has come through, what it will go through. And I invite you to do that as well. You can always go back and listen. It was, I believe, episode 134 of the Connect with Sheila podcast. And then this week, episode 136, I talked about your energy levels and how they can ebb and flow, and some ways you can sit with that and gain an awareness for understanding your energy, because your energy is going to change and shift, and it's maybe going to be different from my energy or someone else's, right? You have your own energy imprint and pattern, just like you have your own wellness pattern, because there is only one you. So all of these things are so that you can personalize your approach to your health and wellness, to your self-care. And my goal is to bring tools forward for you so that you can be more mindful of these things, especially as you age. Because what I have been finding is, through people I talk to, through other practitioners, wellness practitioners that are friends of mine or colleagues, they share with me what often I experience with clients. And that is, here are the list of things that we want you to look at and try and practice. And they'll go away and say, oh, great, thanks. They'll come back and check in. And the answer is often, I didn't do it. It was too busy. I didn't have time. It's so easy to disconnect from what we truly need, even when it can really, really help us, because life gets so busy. So if I can help you reconnect to ways to have rituals set up in your life that are simple and quick and easy, so that you're on top of things for you, then everything else in your life is going to run far smoother. Very often we can be more tuned into the schedule of all the people in our life, and we make sure we're on time for all these outward appointments, and we make sure that dinner's on time. We make sure that we're not late for things. And those are wonderful things. Like it's a beautiful thing to be on time, to be punctual, to care for other people's time. But let's include in that being there for ourselves, checking in regularly, having a date with ourself and how we're truly feeling. So watch for that. And if you don't already, I invite you to subscribe for updates, and you'll get a nice little downloaded digital guide that helps you check in with yourself to get started at sheilabatello.com/subscribe. And you will see that there are ways, wonderful ways, that you can stay in tune with yourself without it taking much time at all. And I'd love to hear how this lands for you. I'd love to hear what comes up for you as you're listening. What is the one thing that your body or your mind or your heart is telling you, oh, okay, I need to make space for this today for myself? What is that one thing? Is it drinking more water? Is it going to bed earlier? Is it looking at your cyclical rhythms and seeing where you're at? Is it looking at a symptom maybe you have? Is it making a doctor's appointment? Is it making an appointment with one of your practitioners? What is it? Is it taking time in prayer or meditation? You know the answer. I'd love to hear if you're willing to share where you're at and what you're up to. And just know that I'm here for you to dialogue on this, to be a cheerleader for you, and to be a sounding board as well, because we're all in this together. I wish you all the best. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you so much for being here with me on the Connect podcast. If you like this episode, please share it with someone you think would enjoy it. Also, if you head over to iTunes to leave a review, I'd be so grateful. Let us know what your favorite parts were and what you'd like to hear more of. It will help us have a greater impact, elevating many more people to grow and succeed together. See you next time.